want to say a word of welcome to one and to all here as we gather to launch this book, St. Michan's Parish, a view beyond ourselves, a view outside ourselves. We were thinking over a lot of the spring and summer about the title of this new book, and we were trying to kind of figure out what we wanted to say. We were trying to figure out what message we wanted to put across. So maybe in terms of how we figured out that message, I might just say three things, or tell three short stories, if you bear with me. The first thing obviously falls into the whole umbrella subject, the whole term of our 200th anniversary, our Bicentenary. On this day, 200 years ago, this church was opened, 25th of November 1817. So we had to mark the occasion, because we weren't around for previous milestones, and we won't be around for the 250th anniversary, I would imagine. So now is our chance. So we wanted to mark that special occasion by doing several things. And one of them was to celebrate the contribution, the faith, the goodness and generosity of our people who began their lives here, began their story here, began their family lives here, but then moved out of the parish, moved like the way you drop a pebble into to a lake, and the ripples begin to kind of spread out. So it was for that reason we wanted to mark the occasion and make it a special occasion. The second thing was in August, around the time of the Mass of Thanksgiving, which Archbishop Dermot Martin celebrated for us. We went around the parish. We visited each corner of the parish, and we wanted to celebrate family. So we went and we had prayer, and we had the sacraments with the different areas of the parish. And that actually was quite successful. So many people in their different areas of the parish turned out to welcome us, and we got to see a lot of parishioners who we wouldn't ordinarily see because they aren't able to get out as much as they used to get out. And we caught up with sort of old friends, and we got to be able to see them where they live. The parishioners come to us all the time, but we were able to go to them. So that was another great focal point. The third great focal point, of course, was the Camino. And there are some of our Camino friends who came with us between the 7th and 14th of September. And the Camino was a great experience for 10 of us who walked from Tui across the bridge from Portugal right up to Santiago in a week. And it was a walk of prayer, it was a walk of community, and it was a walk of pilgrimage with the people who made that walk from the Ford of the Hurdles through the generations, through the centuries, to our present day. So we launched this book against that backdrop, and we tell the story, a very living story of the people of this parish, because we painted the walls and we painted the sanctuary, and they're just walls with paint on them. But if we turn the walls inside out, in a sense, we see the beating heart of the parish community. I just want to acknowledge the presence this evening of Brother Adrian, our Provincial Minister of the Capuchin Order. In 1983, the Archbishop asked the Capuchin Order from Church Street to take pastoral care of St. Michan's Parish. So the Capuchins have been in this area for over 400 years, have been in Ireland for 101 years. We are walking with the parish for the last 35 years. I want to acknowledge the presence, I think Councillor Christy Burke is going to be here, Councillor Mary Fitzpatrick is here, and I know so many neighbours and friends have joined us as well from the different reaches of the parish. So I am delighted to welcome you on behalf of the Parish Pastoral Council, on behalf of Sister Colette Stevenson, the Chair of the Parish Council, and the members of the Council. I'm delighted to invite you afterwards to partake of hospitality. And I want to introduce at this stage, to launch our book, Father John Kelly, a parishioner himself who grew up in this parish and was ordained in this church in 1991. If you'd like to come and launch our book for us, John, thank you very, very much indeed.
So well done to Brian. I think the first thing we should do is congratulate Brian and Paddy, who really have given so much of themselves to the parish. Brian mentioned the Capuchin community right from the very first day. They put in their best. Donald O'Mahony, who'll never forget that gracious gentleman who came here and set up the parish. A wonderful man. And then we, of course, we had Jim Ryan and Bergmans, and of course Christy done huge work here, restoring the church back 26, 27 years ago, and Brian has come along and added to that. So just to acknowledge the Capuchins and what they have done. They've always put good people in here, and we've been blessed to have Brian for so many years, and he has been really a great source of inspiration. And it's thanks to Brian that we have this beautiful church newly painted. And of course, behind every good man is a woman, and that's Paddy. Paddy is there, you know, really she has been a wonderful presence in the life of this parish. She's really put her heart and soul into it. And that's the one thing that I'm always amazed about this parish. People take it on. They take on this church. You know, we're talking tonight about people. This book is about people. There's some great characters in there. I'm delighted to see Sister Trace Horgan. He gets a few little pictures in there. It's a great character from the presentation community next door. It's great to see Alan here. Dad's in there. Where's Alan? There he is there. Alan, who buries his own. His dad is in there, which is nice. And so many more characters and people from the parish. Some of the priests in the past, as Father Hensley's there, Father King, and lots of people. And lots of wonderful people were born into the life of this faith community. And then so many more who came here and made their home, like the sisters in the Presentation Convent. Like so many other people who've come here. I know my own mother has great love of this church. She's here over 60 years. But, you know, she wasn't baptised here, but she's made it her home, and she cares for the building like so many other people. So we talk tonight about the people, and we are baptised into a universal church. So no matter where you go in the world, you'll meet somebody who is from St. Nicholas, from Halston Street. And I know at the time of my dad's funeral a couple of months ago, a priest rang and said he was coming. He wanted to be here because his own mother was baptised here, and another person from I met in the hospital arrived, and she said, when I heard it was in Halston Street, your dad's funeral, I came because my own family were baptised. So it's a community that people love. There's great characters in the book from the past. Of course, the church is the living people, and you make up this place. So tonight's a great opportunity for us to celebrate 200 years. It's a fantastic achievement, really. 200 years, and this beautiful church remains here as really is the heart, as Brian said, of the parish. It's where we all come on the sad occasions, like so many funerals, but we come here also on good times to celebrate weddings and other celebrations, so many baptisms, and we come here simply to be fed at the table of the Eucharist. So it's a great night for us to celebrate 200 years of this building, but more importantly to celebrate the people of the parish, the living stones, and that's all of you. You all have a part to play in this book, and it's great to see so many familiar faces. And it's amazing how you make connections. There's a flag over there from the Scouts, St. Nicholas Scouts number. What's it, the number? 58. And when 58 number was closed down, the flag went up to Dooneycarney, where I was for a few years, and it's remained up in Dooneycarney. They have preserved it there in that nice glass cabinet. So it's great to see the Scouts here. We also remember that the Vincent de Paul has its roots in the parish. The Miraculous Medal started in this church. The Novena of Grace started in this community. So it's been always a faith community, and that's what we celebrate, the living faith. And we pray that we may continue to be people of faith, and that this place that we all love so well will be an inspiration to all of us, and a place that we will cherish always and make it our own. So tonight we celebrate 200 years, and we celebrate this great achievement of Paddy bringing this together. And there's so many pictures and stories that will keep us all entertained. Bedtime reading maybe not tonight to call for that, but certainly it's a great buy, and I hope you'll all pick her up. And Brian's book is down there too, so you can get two maybe and share them around. But tonight we celebrate wonderful achievement, and we thank Paddy and we thank Brian to do this. They both came together and really were the driving force behind it. So we congratulate you and we wish you well, and thank you for all the work you do to keep this place so beautiful and so alive. So well done. Congratulations.
Ask Paddy to come and have a word with us. Really just explaining and telling the story of how this book began its journey to what it is today.
Thanks everyone. I think there's only an hour left on the battery of the cameras, so we have an hour left. All right, lads. The funny thing is, years ago, somebody asked me to do some baptismal research for them. And I wasn't that enthusiastic, because you get asked so many times for stuff, and all I end up doing is going through the old registers. But I stopped and I began to look down the registers and actually realised that 150 years before, some priest was here writing all of the information on the register. So it's important information. And a person said to me, "It's so exciting for you," and I'm going, "Oh God, you have no idea how unexciting it is, because it's not my life, it's all about me, But then I began to wonder, what did these people do after the baptism? What happened? And I was looking at the figures. There was 11,500 different surnames, not different families, but different surnames in this parish in a period of about 60 years, which means an awful lot of people came in here for baptism and went away because they couldn't all live here. And I began to where did they go? What was their life like? So I throw out nothing. Unfortunately, there's stuff everywhere in the office, which is very annoying, but I start going back on the old emails and I wrote to the people. Who was baptised, where did they go, and what's their life like? And this is the result. Some of them said, mind your own business. Others were very, very good. They wrote back immediately. Mostly the ones who live very far away wrote back immediately. Not so with the ones who live very close. But it was an amazing contribution. And then the crossing over of information. Somebody wrote and told me about their grandparents or great-grandparents and an incident in the parish. I got a similar story from America from an eyewitness to the same incident. The people never met, if this generation, but 2-3 generations ago, these two people met. They both told the story, and it's converted in here, in the book. We have a young fellow who was at Mass tonight. If you look at one of the scout pictures from 1932, he could be the young fellow in the middle of the front row. Nobody knows the name of the lad in the front row, but the scouts kindly sent on some more information from their registers, their roll book, and lo and behold, the young fellow at Mass tonight, he's born in the same house that young fellow in the scouting picture was registered at, and he doesn't know. It's probably his great-great-uncle, but he has no idea. But he's the carbon copy. It's all of the thread. Everywhere you go in the world, you will find somebody who has been through this church. It is the most amazing connection. And you're right, in the hospitals, you'll find us all crossing over and back all the time. So here, it's a tribute to the people from the parish, but also to the different religious orders who kept us together. There's the presentation, the Daughters of Charity, the Capuchins, of course. There's a mention of the Jesuits, just a mention, because of the Novena of Grace. But there's lots and lots of things, and of course the Father McHale who helped with the spirituality with the Georgia Still School. But there's so many connections over and back, people who came and went and came back. And then there's the constant families who have served here, who've lived here, your own family who went up through the money and back down again. The Celtic Tiger of the 1800s is in here, and there's so much. And the one thing that's consistent, and I think it's that history repeats itself, and regardless how hard times get, actually we come out the other side, whether we like it or not, because that's what we're meant to do. And all of these ones here teach us how to do it. In all of these stories, They're feisty people like Rosie Hackett. There's the Hacketts in America. We have connections as well from the story of the chap who served with Custer. I'm telling somebody in the shop that, and it turns out her cousin sent over the story from America. The world is too small, and you'll find actually in here, you'll find your own connections with some of the people that you didn't even realise. But it is, and all because somebody said to me, isn't it great to be able to look up this history? And I'm going, no, but actually it is. I'm really, really lucky to have a chance to be able to touch the same register that somebody was working on up to 200 years ago. And that the connection still down here today in the parish. There's still a link back. And the ripple effect of a ceremony here that goes right back out to America, which is the first story, for them to come back to us. Sometimes, as you see in there, 3 generations of weddings. They've travelled from Australia because they call here home. They've come from the western side of America because this is home to them, which is a tribute to here, but also to I think it's the Irish way of being as well. There's pictures here. The pictures, actually, I first asked people, just send me a picture. But nobody can just send a picture because there's a story behind the picture. And the stories developed and became this. So it's only €10, so it'll be a great stocking filler for all your big families. Thank you very much for coming. A cup of tea if you like inside. And I need to also say thanks to everybody who contributed to the book. It's my name on the front, but actually he actually sent in material. And thanks to all the support, particularly to Father Brian, because I have the crackpot ideas, but if he said no, it would go nowhere. So thanks for that. Thank you.